What's up, Internet Land? Zachamus Prime, aka Zachamus Prime, here with another Transformers third-party review. And today the figure that we're going to be reviewing is the Fanstoys Roadking. He's big. He's a big boy. This is Fanstoys' take on Motormaster. Sorry, I had a brain fart for just like about a half second there. Motormaster. And, I mean, I greatly prefer the look of the IDW Motormaster. And I think that Generation Toy has done a fantastic figure. But this one does not look bad. Its combined mode is going to cheat heavily. It's going to make the Zeta Toys and Toy World figures look like they're, tame by comparison. But I don't know. I am this is a pretty good animation accurate-ish figure, and I think it does some pretty clever things with what they have. Hasbro made some questionable decisions. Well, I guess it was technically Takara that made the questionable decisions 30 some odd years ago, and now we're paying the price for it with these crazy ass transformations and whatnot. So this is a masterpiece scale, masterpiece style, animation accurate. I'm not sure there's anything such as animation accuracy, but whatever. Motormaster. But yeah, so in terms of accessories, this guy is a simple man with simple things. He comes with a sword. Sword has got your masterpiece style tab that will tab into either one of his hands. Just plug that in right there. Curl his fingers around that. Maybe angle his thumb down a bit. There's a sword. He can whack on stuff with a sword. The things that you would normally whack on with a sword. He also comes with a gun, painted all in purple. Why is my lighting being stupid? But it is. Painted all in purple. It's just simple 2 pieces of plastic glued together. Again, identical tab system. It plugs right into his hand. His fingers curl about it. I'm going to leave this finger extended so that he can have proper trigger control. And yeah. His accessories. Sword and a gun. He also comes with an alternate face, so he can be super angry. Angry. And to put that on, you gotta take this off, and take this off, and take this off, and take this off. And then you can just plug this in. A couple little tabs back here. And then put this on. And then put this on. And then put this on. And now he's angry that he has a box for a head. Very angry. Look at how upset he is. He needs anger management classes or something, I'm sure. But that's it for his accessories. Let go. In terms of articulation, his head will look up a tiny bit, will look down, absolutely nothing. The box kind of moves separately from his head, if you really want it to, but, full rotation on his neck, so he can go full, what was that? Poltergeist? The Offering? The Haunted? I don't even know. The Reckoning? Crap, there's so many horror movies out there, I don't remember which one it was. He can do the thing with his head. He can throw his arms all the way around. Nice ratchety click out there, just above tree pose. Single joint at the elbow, but it's got pretty deep bend. Bicep swivel here. Oh, he does have... You can unpeg this and have like a butterfly joint. So that's cool. I mean, you can totally extend his arm out. But yeah, you can have like a butterfly joint. That's swanky. His wrist is on a swivel like so. Thumb is on a ball joint with a single hinge for a finger. 2 hinges on each of his fingers, so he can make all sorts of hand gestures that you want, and maybe even some hand gestures that you don't want, or that the prudish among you might be offended at, which I will not be duplicating here, unless you guys really want me to. Waist swivel here goes, not much. Not all the way because the backpack kind of gets in the way. This, by the way, is practically an entire trailer, so y'all like origami? You're gonna love it by the time you get this figure. Skirt armor moves up and out of the way so you can do stuff with it, like move his leg forward that much. And this is... holds it okay. Backwards, not as much. Goes outwards, there's no ratchets on this, but you know, it's when it's stopped, you know, of course the friction engages and it goes. If you're gonna like go like that, and of course it's gonna fall down. No ratchets or anything like that. He's got a single knee. I mean, it's technically double, but this is really more of a transformation joint. But he gets a fair degree of getting down on his knees. I forgot to mention he's got a little minor thigh swivel there and an upper knee swivel. His leg elbows. I almost said elbow. His leg elbow swivel. His foot can go not really much, a little forward, not even really anything back. There's a fair degree of bendage on it though. And so pretty good amount of posability on this figure. He's not bad. And actually this toy feels more playable than a lot of Fanstoys figures. One of the things that I don't like about Fanstoys figures is that you spend a lot of time being like, if I look at that wrong, I'm going to scratch that paint. I'm looking at you, Cyclonus. Where the entire figure is covered with really pretty paint, but if you mess with it too much, you're probably not going to have a good time. But, yeah, let's get him transformed up. That's what we're all here for, I guess. So this guy, like I mentioned, hope you like origami, because that's pretty much how this is. We're going to unorigami him now because we're going back into vehicle mode. We're just going to fold up his hands real quick and collapse his arms down. I mean, you got to start somewhere, so we'll start there. And while we're at it, we'll extend out his arms. Pull on these, that slides out, and pop open these tabs here on the back. That'll just like all of the stuff come out. Tabs and tabs, and panels on top of panels. Yo dog, I heard you like panels, so I got you Fanstoys Roadking. You're welcome. Alright, so we've pulled this out. There's a tab here and one on the other side. Once we have those out, you can take this whole chunk here and rotate it. And I don't like that joint. It's a little scary, but it works. Rotate that out. Then we can kind of pull on this. There is the most frustrating thing. Inside here, let's see if I can get some reflection on it. There's like a hinge that goes through here and then like a hinge right here. And you have to like pull this down to come out. And I got instructions with this. My dealer was very helpful to include instructions. I didn't look at them because I'm stupid like that. And this thing stumped me for the longest time. I was just about ready to give up. I was like, eh. And then I was like, no, I know there's something in here. I can feel like action in here, but I can't figure out how it's working. So, but I figured it out. Then I went to sleep. So let's get this kind of unfolded. You'll notice that a lot of these are here with these double hinge things. And so they'll kind of just go out. They've got a way that they like to straighten out. Got to make sure that they're like straight when they go though. There are these little panels here. These little panels do in fact matter. And it'd probably be best to get like a little spudger for these. I don't have a little plastic spudger. I'm just carefully using this little metal stick. That came from Guatemala. Da 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 da. Alright, so those are out. Well, let's actually unfold this part because this is the part that's really going to matter. So these bumpers are going to be folded up here. I'm going to make sure they come out over those tabs and over these tabs here. And they just kind of fit together. And then this is probably designed to be a complete pain in the ass because it's well designed for sure. So you've got this little part here. You'll notice that the tires like come out like that. And then you've got this tab here, and then this tab here. And focus camera, jeez. And then you've got a little slot here and a little slot here, and these things are just a pain in the butt. I don't know why they are such a pain in the butt. I don't know why they need to be such a pain in the butt, but they are. And part of it is, I think, because I'm kind of inclined to do one at a time. But these are actually designed to move together, so do them together. Oh, I forgot to mention. In the possibility segment, he's got an ab crunch. And I know this is the stupidest way to show it off because I completely forgot. He's got an ab crunch for a figure like this size and this like complexly designed. Like that's respectable. That's respectable. All right. So this gonna keep this all back here. These, with this pulled out and the wheels pulled out of here, then we can take these and rotate. Oops, sorry. Let's open up his chest. Pull up on the belly here. Pull up on that. We can rotate this out like that. And you'll notice that brings in these panels that come out of the chest cavity. And those are gonna, have purple lines on them for the big old purple line. Because I guess, he's basically the Decepticon version of Optimus Prime. So these will sit here and they will tab together. These panels fold out. But if I really spend all my time folding them out now, they're just going to fold back in later. So I'll worry about that when I get to that. We're going to take this, bring this up. There's these tabs right here. And then there's slots right here. So we're going to bring those up and tab them into those slots. This is going to help to start holding all this junk together. I'm going to pull these ones up actually. Because now we're at the point where we're starting to tab crap together. I think the real trick to making this transformation go smoothly is to do as much of it with the figure lying down as you can. This part will collapse in a little bit. Those metal sliders that we used earlier, I'm going to slide back down. That'll line everything up. And then we'll put these together like so, but leave them kind of up because there's these tabs here. We'll take this door and tab it in right there, and then put these tabs down on top of it like there and there. All right, we're done. No, we're not done. But if you're looking at it like this, you'd be like, wow, that's done. That didn't take any time at all. There we go. All right. So for the legs, what you want to do is we're actually going to come in here. We're going to pull these side skirts out. These side skirts actually have tabs on them, tabs for the combine mode. I'm also going to bring these front skirts up. Then you're going to grab his dick plate here, pull that out, and that will disconnect his whole waist section here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give him the full Van Damme splits, because we're just going to focus on each of these legs by itself. So you want to take this big old panel on the inside, you want to pop this off. Oh wait, first thing actually we're going to do is toe first. Pull this out here. By the way, this is one of the things that I really like about this, because Menasor, the whole truck turns into the whole robot, as opposed to like Optimus Prime where just the cab turns into the whole robot. The whole truck turns into it, and the cab of the truck makes his toe. Well, because of scale considerations, you can't really do that. So what they did here is they did this like clever transformation to make it so that the whole cab turns into this like little quarter-sized cab, but it still has like little wheels and headlights to look like it's still the full cab, but it's not. It's actually really clever. I was quite impressed with that. So we're going to take this wheel, flip it around. Actually, I want to turn it the other way. Flip it around, put it into place. Take this little headlight, flip that around. Fold this out from inside. Then we're going to take this and fold that and fold that. And then we're going to untab this. This tab is really kind of what holds this panel in place. Like that. Now we can unpeg that. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Wiggle, 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 yeah. This comes out, by the way, it's kind of all attached in here, and you just kind of pull it up so it's disengaged from all these tabs, because it pegs into this tab, this tab, this tab, and this tab. All go through here, and you can see the holes for that 1, 2, and then these are in there. So you bring it up a little bit, and then it will swing out. So then you can take this and wiggle this out. You follow so far? I'm just going to rotate this a bit. All right. There's this silver panel right here. You want to pull that out. That's actually suspiciously important. That just goes out all the way. You want to take this thing here. You want to, so there's this little hinge system here, and then there's this module here is hinged right here at this module here, which is hinged here at this module. So you want to bend this one right here. That's got the tires on it, and then that'll allow you to extend this out. And then what we're going to do, just going to move over a little bit, fold this in. There's a peg and a tab. Those are going to peg into their respective homes. like this. Like this. There we go. There's a panel in here that is a complete pain in the butt because it likes to live in there, and it's hard to get things in there. Honestly, like I said, a spudger is going to really be your friend. So you want to kind of coerce that out. It comes over, there's this little tab right in here. It comes over that and just kind of stays. Pull the smokestack all the way up until it sits home, and then you kind of turn that. So now while you're like this, you want to take, while the wheel is in this configuration, because you can pull this little gray part out while it's like this, but it's going to fight with your tire. You get the least fight if you bend it like that. And just kind of like push it there, and then there's a little thing you can hook your fingernail in there, pull that out. Then you only fight with the tire just a little bit. This tab is going to come into, there's a little slot in the gas can right there. That's going to come in there and just live there forever. Forever. Because I know this comes in robot mode, and if you transform it, you're probably only going to transform it once. So if you do this, it's going to live there forever. Alright, now what you want to do is take this little tab right here, and that's going to fit into a little slot right here. That fits in there super tight. And that's also suspiciously important. Now we're just going to get these parts to fit together. Kind of put them into place. There is this whole like little panel thing out here. You want to rotate this like that. You want to unpeg this panel from there, flip that around. That makes the top, and then this flips around to the front. This untabs from there, and that makes like the front of the cab, and then this tabs back into itself right up there. These tabs are just gonna come together right now. Tab it in like that. Put this in place like that. We're making progress. Oh, I'm not ready for that yet. All right, now the same with the other leg, and I'm just gonna rush through this because I've been doing this for like 3 hours already, and or however long this video is. I know that y'all have better things to do. So, tab this, flip it around, flip that around, unpeg this, fold. Peg. Do hickerize. Pull that all out. Suspiciously important. Why are you not being nice to me? I love you. Okay, I don't love you, but you know, I don't hate you yet. Pull this. Fold, flip, unfold, flip, tab. want to do is you got to bend this knee so that you can bend it at the transformation joint. And then you want to unbend the knee, except for keep the transformation joint bent. Like that. And then do it for the other side. And then these knees, the bee's knees, these knees, will go under the arms, like this. Beautiful. All right, everything's mostly into place now. We're gonna take this and line this crap back up. I'm gonna take this panel folded in. That's gonna kind of just keep this in place a little bit. It's not really going to keep it in place, but it's going to kind of keep it in place. We can start to really line things up, plug them in. Plug these in, plug these in, plug this in, put these around. Don't do this to me. There's so many tabs where this plugs into, that the halves plug together. Like, this is pretty solid when it's all together. Like, it is, for being basically a hollow shell of a figure, of a truck, it is surprisingly stable. Oh, that's part of my problem. His knees came undone. The bee's knees. Kind of massaging all of this together. Being a toy masseuse. Just a little bit. Put that into place. Put that into place. Holy shit, I did it. There's a little tab down there. That's what I'm messing around with that right now. It really does basically nothing. And there he is in his truck mode. And he is almost the same size as MP10 with his trailer, which I took a picture. It's on my Facebook page. Link in the description right there. You can also store his weapons in this mode here. You can just take that, plug that into right there, and take a sword, plug that into right there. Weapon storage. And there he is. He's got, this kind of gunmetalish, like really, it's basically black. Like mildly metallic black. Paint. This is all mostly just gray plastic, purple stripe. Rubber tires on all of these, like I mentioned, the aforementioned greasy rubber tires. I don't know why. What's their formula? It is largely hollow on the back. You can take this, and if you kind of dick around with this, you can open up the back of his trailer. But you can't fit a whole lot in there. Lego block maybe. And yeah, he's a good-looking Venusaur. Like, this is pretty much what you would expect, and I think that it looks good. It does everything that it should. It is quite complicated. It is an origami. What's the word? What's a good adjective that's not necessarily negative, but definitely not positive either? Like, I don't think it's great that it's this like paneled thing, but given the nature of the beast, it's not necessarily a bad thing either. It's just, you kind of have to do it. But yeah, he rolls and he turns, and he's got QC past 30 right there, and he looks good. And he's a truck. I don't know what else there's to say about it. But I think we're pretty much done with this. This is Fanstoys Roadmaster. It's Roadking. It's not a bad figure. This is actually a Fanstoys figure that I can get behind. I think I'll tentatively recommend this. But anyhow, thanks for watching, guys. You guys are all fantastic. Keep on being awesome and be good to each other. See ya. I'll also check that link for my YouTube page. All right. Have a great one. See ya. Catch you on the flip side.